Hi guys and welcome to the Triton videos. This time with the question about BioBase, what is it and what it's for. We're trying to answer your question today in this video. So quickly, BioBase is a nutrient support system for reef aquariums, which is based on knowledge about nutrients in seawater and a measurement that allows to control these nutrients in the system, which is making it quite unique out there. Let me try to explain it a bit more detailed. So exactly like in the past, where people tend to buy trace element mixes to get their aquariums nicer and their corals blue and more green and more yellow, without knowing anything about the trace element situation in their aquarium or whatever they need to put in. Exactly the same way people tend to buy NCP products in the moment without knowing anything about their nutrient ratios in the aquarium, without being able to measure them or having a real goal. And on top of that, marketing will tell you that you should aim for the Redfield ratio, which is actually 90 years old ratio, which has really nothing to do with nutrient ratios in seawater itself or seawater and reef aquariums. So we can't recommend you to aim for these ratios. Okay, let's quickly have a look how we solved these problems with the trace elements in the past. First of all, we created ICP testing, the tool to measure how much trace elements you would need, how much you have in your tank already, so what the situation already is. And actually we used this tool for sure to make a lot of things visible for us in science. So we did scientific work on how much is really needed in an aquarium, what do the trace elements really do for your tank, and how much would be too much for your aquarium. So we actually created a Triton set points for trace elements. And based on that science, we created a product that keeps your tank stable in all these parameters, or aim to keep this very stable. So stability is one of the main things we're looking at reef husbandry, and that was actually the way we solved the problem in the past. Now looking at the organic Triton elements, all the NDoc and BioBase and stuff, it's very similar. So we have a test that actually tells us how much we have, what situation we have in our aquarium, how much we'll need to add, and then we conducted real science with this tool to find out how much is really needed. So we tested seawater and we created all these new Triton ratios, and based on that we created a product line that keeps these nutrients in your aquarium stable, and that's BioBase. You can also compare the concept of BioBase a bit to Barling 2-part or 3-part method. While these methods try to keep calcium, magnesium and alkalinity kind of in check and stable over long term in your aquarium, BioBase is doing the same thing with NCP, so nutrients stable over long term in your aquarium. So what is the benefit of all this nutrient stability in your aquarium? First of all, you create a stable bacterial community which can compete with things like cyanobacteria. So we prevent cyanobacteria outbreaks by creating competition for this kind of bacteria. Another important point to the stability is that you create more biomass in your aquarium. That means that the food cycle is stronger and contains more life forms that then can turn your trace elements, for example, into a bioavailable form and transport them into your corals, which makes it actually much better than just adding trace elements and hoping that they will end up in your corals at one point. And also you get a bit more security in the case of nutrient limitation for your corals, because there is a lot more life forms that your corals can feed on. The effect that you get with more stability and BioBase is pretty amazing. You get better coloration of your corals because of the bioavailability of your trace elements. You get extra growth because of the energy you deliver to the coral in NNP, and you get better polyp extension because of the extra feeding. I hope you enjoyed that video and it was informative for you guys. I know that there is much more to say about BioBase and I can't fit everything into one video, so if you still have questions, even if they're more detailed, don't hesitate, send an email to video@triton.de and we'll answer a set. And don't forget to subscribe so you not miss any video in our channel. Thanks guys, see ya.